Okay, so my name's Paul from South Church Jewellers, Southend-on-Sea. I've got a customer that's come in and they bought this Omega 18 karat gold watch in to me. They've damaged the clasp. They've got a big groove on the clasp. It's actually cut out and recut into it, and they want this repaired, but they want it invisible. So that's my mission. As you can see, there's a big gouge out of the snap, and my job is to disappear that gouge. Now, if I was to use solder the traditional way with a flame, then quite often you'll get a slight variation in colour, and you would see sometimes you can see some evidence of it. But with the laser, providing you match the gold in, you should be able to disappear this completely, so it basically never happened. So the first thing I do is I check my power. So I tend to start low and then work up. I'm starting the power at 1.2, spot point 0.2. Time, I want it to penetrate, so I've got it 2.3, and the frequency at the moment is 2. So the first thing I tend to do is I tend to fire the first shot on the piece itself. Given the fact this is not hollow, it's not really going to do much to it, but just show me how much power I need. Now, as you can see, that's not enough power, so I'll increase the power. So I'm playing safe. I've gone up to 1.9. I just work it up, and you can see now we're getting a reaction. So I need enough power to basically infill this gold into the groove. So I'm now going to increase the power to 2.4. Then I'll offer it up into the groove sideways, crosshair over the top, and then I just work it in. Just turn it slightly. Just make sure you don't leave any pockets underneath. You have to make sure it's mushed right in, because when you file away and start polishing it, you'll get little holes up here where you've missed it. So again, I just work along, a little wiggle, turn it, change the angle again, change the angle again. You get good action on it when you constantly change the angle that the shot comes in, because it's to do with the finish. If it's a shiny finish, it reflects. If it's slightly dark, the impact is good. Sometimes you have to move it around to find the right spot, and you just keep working that in, and this is literally a 5-minute job. Right, the next stage, I've infilled it. The next stage is this is what I do. I tend to increase the spot size. By decreasing the spot size, you decrease the power in a sense, because you're spreading the power. So bear that in mind. What I tend to do is I increase the spot size because I want to smooth this off. I keep it at the same power because I want to see what sort of impact I've got. As you can see, not much of an impact. So I now need to increase the power from 2.4. I'll go up to 3. I'm now going to demonstrate to you what a black marker pen does. So laser loves black. It loves dark of any description. So if you watch the action on this, adding the black marker pen, you'll be quite amazed. I tend to sort of treat it like a flux, and it basically flushes the material. So can you see the action on that? And really what I'm doing is I'm not only smoothing it, but I'm making sure that it's mushed right down. Now a little bit on the side, smooth it off, and there we are. And then we go to the filing stage. Just very gently work it back. And I just work that in, just tickle it gently. Now, I don't know if you can see this, but quite often, sometimes, you can see a very slight dip there and a very slight dip there. What I love about the laser is that I can just roll back my chair to the laser and deal with that issue in a couple of seconds. Basically, I've added a little bit of flux. I might as well call it flux because that's what it is. So I've added a little bit of flux to the two little dips, and I'm just dealing with that. And as you can see, that's ready to polish.